All right, friends, let's see. So we have been cleaning up, as you guys know, and so these beds over here, oh, welcome back, by the way. My name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B. So I got some seeds from Everwild Farms. You can see it here. This is the Cracker Jack African Marigold. That's what it looks like. And then I've got the Florida Giant Watermelon. Now every time I try to grow watermelon here, what ends up happening is that usually a vine borer gets into it. So what I'm thinking is, out here, I'd love to have some watermelon this year. That would be really great. I don't have to pay for it. You know, like if you go to the store and buy a bunch of watermelon. We like to do smoothies. And so I think over here in this area, this would be great. I've planted 4. Maybe I'll do 6. And I'm gonna have the vines run this way. This is the back garden bed area by the lake. For now, we have all the nasturtium that are in this area. So, and then there's the black, the raspberry, the freedom raspberries, blackberries. So I'm just gonna take this area right here and just plant it out. I need to get this last little broccoli out. It's still got a little head on it. I took the main head off, but it had some shoots. So I wanna do that here, which I just did. And then back here, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and get these moved on their side over there. And then there's a section like right here. And what I think I'm gonna run on that section is I'm gonna do some long beans. I think that would be really nice to have some long beans in the summer heat. Now a lot of people soak their watermelon seeds and then put them in the ground. I'm gonna give this a nice good watering. But what I'm gonna kind of like intermix in here are some of these African marigolds. I think that that would be nice, and if bugs want to try to get on the plants, like some vine borers or something, maybe this will do a little bit of deterrent. I love that these come in these Mylar bags, because the benefit to this is that they will last longer if you're not needing to plant the whole thing out, which we don't. I just want to throw a couple up in this road area here. I think that if they pop through, they'll be beautiful. And they get really, really tall. So if these come through, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then over here, you can see I've got a gap in space. I still have my bok choy, but you can see my bok choy is starting to go to flower. I'm actually going to make a bok choy soup today. I think that'll be good. Maybe I'll do a recording on it so that you guys can see what that looks like. I have sweet potatoes that are popping back through on their own. And then there's a kale right there. So right here at this end of the bed, I'm going to scrape it up and get that cleaned. And I will try to utilize a lot of this space in this bed. What I want to plant over here are probably some more long beans. And then on that back side, I think I want to do some Creole Crowder peas. Because we love Creole Crowder. I just kind of want to make sure though that my Freedom Blackberry has plenty of space to grow and not get entangled with all of the Creole Crowders or any black-eyed peas or anything like that. Oh, and look, there's a tomato that came up on its own. I just saw that. Here, let's kind of pull it through. And that's the thing about growing, is sometimes volunteers will come up and I'll just let them grow. For sure. Oh, and we got a little bee. Not beautiful? Yesterday it was super amazing because I actually had some hummingbirds all in the nasturtium. It was gorgeous. So, oh look, we've got another giant bok choy here. I need to get out of the ground. These things are huge. Like, look at my hand compared to it. I'm telling you, we've been loving the bok choy. I gotta take some over to my parents because this is a lot to still be trying to eat. Right, and this is why I like to take my camera around, because honestly, sometimes I think I'm gonna plant one thing and I end up doing something completely different. All right, we have some African daisies. Again, this came from Everwild Farm. we can plant these in the spring, and these are an annual. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add some African daisies in here because I just love all the flowers. And I decided to go with the Haas Tools Mississippi Pink-Eyed Purple Hull peas. I think that they will be good. It takes about 70 days to mature, but I'm going to put them over here on this back side where I already have some flowers going. I'm hoping that they get some sun and will pop through because these kind of plants definitely are heat tolerant. So let's just put them back here. Just put a little row. I don't want to heavy do it just because I don't know if they'll pull through. Because I have all these nasturtiums blocking them, but the sooner it starts to, you know, it keeps warming up, whatnot, these will definitely have plenty of warmth over here to start growing. Look at all those nasturtium, man, they're pretty. All right, so in here, in this area right here, I actually have to crawl in the bed because I don't want to damage all the nasturtium or nastrium that are here. And so I'm gonna get in the bed and we're gonna plant. What are you doing, Luna? You're in the bed with me? Say, if Mom does it, I'll do it. You cute thing. Oh, we gotta get out of the grow bed. No, you're not climbing up the grow bed, silly girl. You want some black-eyed peas? Mmm, yummy. All right, baby, come on. Let's go. Come on, get out of the bed, baby. Oh, what a cutie. All right, this hollowed area here, we're gonna get it cleaned up, and I'm also gonna put, I think, some more squash in this area. All right, so we have actually been at it all day. You can see behind me the sun is actually setting. The kids were here today. I should have grabbed the camera long before this, but I just didn't get the chance to. We have been killing it. You know, some days you just get at it and you just keep going, and that's what happened today. So what we ended up doing is we definitely got this all cleaned up. We've thrown it out here. This was our leftover mustard greens from this area. There's Luna. We're just gonna have this, I'm gonna clean this up, put it in the compost, and just break this down. We are gonna revitalize that bed over here. This is our key lime. It's looking beautiful, starting to green out from that freeze. And what my nephews did, they were over here, they cleaned out the bottom of that base for me, and we put some rabbit manure in there that I had purchased to kind of get this tree back into gear, because I noticed that there are some little tiny white buds and some flowers on the tree. So this is the time that I want to make sure that it has enough nutrients to keep itself going. This tree this past year produced well over 200 key limes for us in this one area. So I definitely want to keep this tree alive. It's so worth the money on this tree. Now, this is one of our hibiscus. It's definitely still got some foliage on the top that needs to be cleaned up, but we just didn't have the chance to do it today. My Mexican sunflowers over here, you can see that we chopped them back. I actually had a splinter in my hand, so over here we cleaned all that up. We are still cleaning up. You can see the stuff's on the ground. We got to get through here and do some more cleaning. The kids were so good. They took out the papayas that had died here. Over here you can see that we cut back, and the kids helped. We cut back and cleaned up over here. These are also the Mexican sunflowers. Now you guys know these things will just come back and just do wonderfully. I am so excited to see that my star fruit here has come back to life and has new foliage. So I have high hopes, because before the frost came through, this plant had beautiful little pink flowers on it. I was hoping to get fruit, but you know, strange things happen and it is what it is. So we'll just see what happens. At least it came back and it survived, and I am very grateful and happy about that. As you guys can see here, this is the mulberry. This thing is just coming back to life. It is literally, I mean, little berries starting to pop up everywhere on this plant. So we will be looking forward to that. I actually just made my fiance a smoothie with some mulberries that we had dropped in the freezer from last year. And like I said, this plant is absolutely loaded. I love it. It's the Persian mulberry. As we make our way over here, we took out one of the bananas. Now this is my neem tree. We were gonna take it out, and we still may end up cutting it back. This one as well, this one kind of fell over. I have a strong feeling we're gonna end up kind of trimming it back. But I noticed some green foliage right here. This is off the neem, and so I have hopes that this just got really frostbit. We'll do some cleanup and bring it back. I still have to get this banana out. This one is dead, but you can see I've got pups coming off of it, so I'm gonna have to dig that one out. My nephews didn't have the opportunity to help me with that today, but that is okay. That is something I can do on my own. We came over here. I still have to get this cleaned up. These Mexican key limes have thorns on them, and so I needed to be wearing gloves, and I just didn't have my gloves on. There was some dead foliage here. We have cut out one of the branches or main stems of this key lime, but right over here, this one definitely came back and is up and doing well. So this is what we cut out. Now we've kind of just left it here for now because we're deciding if we want to actually just try to throw it in the trash, or if we want to try to run it through our actual machine to shred everything and mulch it up. The kids were loving the carrots today, and so we were in this bed pulling out carrots and eating on those carrots. They were coming over here eating the kale. They were just biting it off the plant. You know, boys will be boys. They were just biting it off the plant, which is fine. You know what? Get the kids excited, and that's, you know, important. Now over here is a big mess because this is where we have the papayas and some of the bananas that we're just gonna kind of let compost and break down in this area. I'm hoping some new papayas will come out. This one that's still standing actually still had some green on it, and so I kind of want to keep that one in and see what'll happen. You can see the green right there at the top. Now over here is a pile of craziness. This is the stuff that we've been trimming up. We were over there cleaning up our sky vine. I may end up having to get another one. I want to get something that will cover that area and, you know, just keep it kind of, you know, privacy. I like the privacy there. All right, I took the Mexican sunflower. It's a good nitrogen source. I just kind of took it here and I'm putting it into the beds. I did not get the arugula cleaned up, but there was a papaya over here. We're gonna finish taking out tomorrow the rest of the Mexican sunflowers. Like I said, friends, this is just so much work because we have so many beds and so many spaces that we're actually trying to maintain as two people. But the extra hands today, it was great to have them. And as you can see over here, we cleaned up that sunflower and we're still working in this area. We're also going to clean this up and take it out because it's pretty much dead. We'll see if it comes back. But Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of work. I think that's one of the things that people just don't take into consideration, is that while you need to be prepared, start off small. Start off with just like one bed, because you will end up finding that there's a lot of work to this. All right, this was where the other arugula was. There's one of the pineapples there. There's another pineapple there. And then my freedom blackberry over here is just running the entire path and bed, and it's over here. We're starting to get some blooms, so we're going to continue cleaning up. Now I wanted to show you guys, it's getting kind of dark, but there's one little pineapple there. Over here there's another pineapple in there. We're going to move down. There is another pineapple right there, and then our last pineapple that I can see so far, there's a nice little pineapple right there. I'm really excited that we're gonna have some pineapples. It's gonna be wonderful to be able to consume that. And like I said, we still have so much more work to get done in this garden, but it is work worth doing. So I will continue to take you guys around and show you as we continue to change what we're doing, and you know, plant new stuff and keeping everything clean. And this is what happened. Our panel kind of broke when we were doing some cleanup. Like I said, there's always work to be done out here in the garden. So we will continue this journey tomorrow, and as soon as we get everything cleaned up and looking beautiful, I will bring you guys back and show you the final pieces of what we have going on for this spring slash summer in our garden. All right, everyone, until next time, love one another, be kind, stay busy, keep the garden going, man. Keep yourself happy, find love and joy in what you're doing.